Oh yeah, so I made a video about this, about how Verbalase Verbalase did this thing. Is it gonna fuck me if I show the image? Verbalase did a thing where, oh yeah, here it is. Well, it was effectively he paid 50 fucking grand for for a fan animation, or pretty much fan animation of him and Charlie, this thing from Has Been Hotel, and it was effectively softcore porn. Like before you, it didn't even show titties, right? You paid 50 grand for an animation that didn't even show titties, which is why. And again, in my previous video, I was like, okay, maybe this is probably one of the most the best moves he could make, because now people are talking about him. But then a bunch of people came at me like, "Oh, actually, look, he does a children's animation studio with or thing on YouTube, which is a no-no." So now I think the idea was he was going to show it on another channel, but then he shot that down because, well, I mean, Verbalase is his main channel, so he put it up there. But now people are like, we're not gonna. Oh, I mean, YouTube's like, yeah, we're not gonna allow this. And now it turns out that he's effectively bankrupted his whole animation studio with that 50 grand, which is very bad because, okay, let's not go too far down. See, there it is right there. And so now I find out that apparently again he's bankrupted his whole animation. He does kid animations, so YouTube's gonna slap down on him. Look, it's just there are no words to describe this. Again, with 50 grand, you could probably make your own video game, and just have something Charlie adjacent in it, and your goofy looking self insert, right? And or you can make like a manga, right? And have yourself and Charlie, or Charlie adjacent, just transformative enough, to not have Vizzy Pop be like, all right, it's time for you to lawyer up, buddy. Because, okay, now apparently, and again, he's not going to be able to make any more animations because that costs time and money. And that's literally 50 grand in the shitter. And I don't know if Vizzy Pop or whoever, like the people who made Has Been Hotel, is actually going to go after him because of this. I doubt it. Like, I made a post on Twitter where they're like, "Oh, hey, that's great." It's like crying on the inside or screaming on the inside. Like, they were probably very mad that, look, with 50, that if he would have gave that to them, that 50 grand to the creators of Has Been Hotel, they probably would have just added him in just as a character. It would have been cringe. It would have been whatever, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they would have liked the 50 grand. Now, would it still bankrupt him? Absolutely. But people would be like, oh, hey, that's Verbalase. And again, I don't know if he's actually benefiting from this other than people shitting on him for it. Again, I, I mean, I'm not his father. At first, I was like, this is a good move because now people know who the fuck he is. But now I'm being told all this that's happening. I'm like, it's not good that you're effectively bankrupt and not going to be able to make your own animations. And now YouTube's going to slap down on you because this exists. This information exists that you're effectively paid for softcore porn. Now, whoever he paid for they probably made a quick bank off something that, and the animation doesn't really look that good in my opinion. It looks relatively subpar. Like I said, anime. Like, you probably would have gave this to like some Japanese dude that works on anime and got a better product. Like, I'm just thinking of all the things. Again, I probably already made these points, but I don't rewatch my videos, and I have a lot going on. Like, again, he could have just gave this to a manga writer and effectively made several manga editions of him. That's effectively softcore porn. I don't know the motivation behind this. I'm really trying to get into the, because again, I probably already made this point too. He's not like a furry artist, right? Or not for furry artist, a furry who pays furry artists absorbent amount of money for fan art or fur art that looks trash. That again, if they would have given that money to like an actual anime writer or manga writer, they would have gotten a better product for about a fifth of the price. Like, but again, for some furries, it's actually an addiction to pay for effectively furry porn of themselves in situations, right? And then they run out of money and blame the system, which is why surprisingly most furries are left leaning, left wing, because they blame society for the fact that they don't have money, but they have this addiction where they spend money for shitty art. But so I don't believe he falls under that mentality. I don't believe it was just a quick fix as a marketing stunt, because again, that was my initial idea. That was a marketing stunt. But then everything else that's coming out, I don't. I guess he could write it off as a business for like a tax exempt or a tax write off of $50,000. I guess that's, and again, people are talking about it. So I'm not saying there is no benefit. I'm just saying with new evidence showing up, I think this hurts him more than helps him. Like, look, I try to be optimistic again. My initial idea was, you know, some people pay to make your life worse, right? You have IRL streamers who are actively incentivized to make an ass of themselves in public and make everyone else feel uncomfortable. And they are paid to do this, so the financial incentive is there. So like Johnny Somali in Japan, like some, and again you have some like uh, government officials that actually pay to make your life worse, increase the inflation, lower the value of your money, tax you for having a gas stove, shut down your business over certain major events that may or may not have happened in the past couple of years. And compared to that, I guess this isn't that bad. Again, this is his money. I'm trying to defend my man, but again, all this that's coming out, it's like, I think more people would have liked if he would have continued his animations, his fan animations and all that, as opposed to dump 50 grand on, again, it's probably one of the worst animation. Well, it's not a bad animation, but it's not 50 fucking grand worth of softcore porn where you don't even see the titties. Apparently she just ties them up and it fades to black. Goofy self-insert of whatever the fuck this is supposed to be. So I'm trying to defend my man. I really am. But it's very hard, come to think of it, and all the evidence that came out and all the things that came out because of this. So I don't know. I mean, that's all I really gotta say about this. Is this like a Meat Canyon animation of him? That's kind of scary. Oh, I thought that was fucking Will Smith. About to lay the smack down. But anyway, y'all have fun. See ya.